Hey Coach, how are you?
What's good, Dom?
So, we're going to do things a little differently today. Usually we start off with him giving us a wacky joke, but today I decided to do a little experiment with him. So, Coach, can I have you say cheese in front of every word?
Alright, cheese, say, cheese to, cheese him, cheese got, cheese I, cheese long, cheese how, cheese look.
Okay, and then say cheese in front of the word and then after the word. So like cheese, cheese, cheese.
What are we doing?
You don't see, just do it.
Cheese, cheese, say cheese, cheese to cheese, cheese him cheese, cheese got cheese I cheese, cheese long cheese, cheese how cheese, cheese look cheese.
Alright, now I'm going to read from the bottom up. Look how long I got him to say cheese.
What? I did not believe I walked into that one.
Welcome to Dom and the Coach. Alright, welcome back everyone. This is Ashley, my cousin, and also the creator of the Maze Runner fiasco. If you remember in one of our previous episodes, this is the reason I got into those books. And
I don't think she was the creator of it. I think you were the creator of the fiasco.
But
I didn't help.
Yeah.
You started it.
Yeah.
The fiasco.
Right. Coach, I hear you have a couple questions for her.
I do. Not only is Ashley Dom's cousin, but she is one of my incredibly talented nieces. Ashley has a love and a passion for music. And when did that start?
I can't put a specific time for that. I think me and my siblings, we all grew up like with this passion for music. Just because, I don't know, when you're a military kid and you move all the time, you don't have a consistent home, and so your home becomes the things that are familiar.
Okay.
And so that for us, that was our family members, and then, I mean, there's a bunch of stuff, but part of that was my dad's playlist that he would bring because the radios in Europe don't speak English. So we just kind of grew up with songs, I don't know, being a big part of our life and music being a big part of our life. So, yeah.
Birth.
Yeah.
It started at birth. What was funny watching the kids grow up, every time we got together there would be music, not just playing, of course, we always have music playing and such, but the kids were always singing, or
That's
playing piano, or all of a sudden it was one vacation, we're all together and a ukulele showed up. And so, but what's great is Ashley is now pursuing her passion and love, and possibly and hopefully in the next 6 months or so, releasing an album, and a single hopefully will be coming out before the album, maybe.
May 10th.
May 10th.
Yeah.
May 10th.
His birthday.
No, we don't release that. Yes, it is my birthday.
I said we're going to do something special.
Yeah, but you don't need to announce it right now. We're talking about Ashley.
More on that later.
We're talking about Ashley's single. May 10th
Okay.
is a very special day. Ashley's single is being released. Is there a name for the single yet?
It's called Romeo.
Romeo.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Maybe we can link it down in that episode.
When it comes out, we
comes
can
out?
then link it out, or link
If
it possibly.
you're okay with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so is there a story behind it? Because also within Ashley's creative musical talents, she's an outstanding writer, and you know this, right?
Sure.
Okay. I'd like to say it's because of the Maze Runner, but it's not. You already had the talent in you.
So wait, that question is there a story?
Is there a story behind the Romeo, or not the Romeo, but Romeo, or is there just a creation of ideas and such that flowed through?
Well, yeah, so Romeo and the album, everything I write and actually put out is based off of real experiences.
Okay.
I used to write songs about like fandoms I was in or whatever, and I don't plan on ever putting those out. But Romeo was about a guy that I had started dating, and we knew that we only had a month before he had to move to another state. But we'd started dating anyways, and we were like, yeah, we can do this long distance thing. And then he ended up moving, and then I was the only one that was texting him. It was never like we texted back and forth. It was just like I would start the conversations, we'd have a quick conversation, and then it'd be done. And you know, that's not really what you want when you're in a long distance relationship.
No.
So I had played the what happens if I don't text first game, and then I just never got texted. So technically we're still dating. It's our 5-year anniversary.
Wow.
But,
Sounds like one of Dom's real relationships. I'm just teasing. I'm just teasing.
So yeah, Romeo is just about that feeling of I deserve more than how you're treating me. I deserve to be talked to and to have the attention that you're not giving me, and I know that. So why aren't you giving it to me?
There you go.
Yeah.
And for all of our young ladies out there, that is exactly what you need to feel in every relationship. And for every guy out there, that's exactly the opposite of how, that's exactly how you want to treat the people you're dating and such. So just putting it out there. And by the way, anybody who dates any of my nieces, treat them like queens, or I'm going to come after your thumbs in a nice, loving Christian way. Is there anything else you want our fans and friends and family and such to know about music and music producing and just going through this process?
That's a very open-ended question.
Could
I don't know.
Well, Dom and I say this thing all the time. We don't know what we don't know. And so the idea is we don't know what's going to come if we don't know what's actually coming. So it's really just a trial and error, kind of like this show. Trial and error. We're learning as we go. Dom produces it. I'm the talent, of course. That's the reason we brought her, to have some more talent. And Dom also. And so, but
I'm just here.
You are. So, but I'm guessing as you go through this, you're learning more and more about the process, right?
Oh yeah. Well, and the other thing is I'm majoring in theater right now. I'm not even, my concentration is not, music production or anything like that. I have someone else helping me.
Okay.
And when I came to him, I was just like, hey, I don't know how any of this works. I want to put out an album. And it wasn't because I want to necessarily have, a big career from being a singer. I like, it'd be nice.
Right.
That's not the goal. The reason I wanted to put the album out is because I had a lot of people come up to me and tell me that my songs really moved them, and that really moved me. And I was like, I really wish that you could listen to this outside of when I'm performing live.
Right.
And just to fully develop the vision I had for the songs when I wrote them. So despite not knowing anything, I am learning a lot about the process, and it's a lot more work than you think it would be. But it's turning out. It's gonna be great.
Okay.
I do have a set track list. The album is gonna be called Childhood. If you want to go follow my Instagram account, Ashley Chef Music, for actual, updates with that.
Okay, and we'll link that into it as well. Okay.
But yeah,
Well, I can tell you, as the coach and the uncle, I'm extremely excited for all of your ventures, all of your accomplishments, because I've been watching them since you were little and such. And just like Dom's career is getting going here, your career and your accomplishments are gonna blow it through the roof, and we're very, very excited for you. May 10th extremely special day, Romeo will be out. And we'll be able to find it where?
All streaming services.
All streaming services.
Yeah.
All right, there you go. Well, Ashley, I appreciate you coming on Dom and the Coach. Dom's got these ginormous hands for hands. And we'll be back in a moment. All right, y'all, as you can see, our group has grown. Our group has grown. Next to Dom, we have Uncle Rick, who we talk about on the show a lot. Then we have Aunt Jenny and Emily, and again, we've brought back Ashley. And so we're doing our top list a little bit different today. So it's safe to say, Dom and I, we're not theatrical very much, and
you're theatrical. You just don't like the theater.
That's true. I'm not really. I've been in plays. I was coach in High School Musical at that great school, and I had about 5 or 6 lines, and I got to yell in the middle of it, which is right up my
You're
alley.
also the narrator in the elevator one.
Yes, I was a narrator in something.
What was
too.
that play?
I don't know. It was a terrible. It was a good play.
I enjoyed it. You were also Christopher Robin.
It was called The Elevator.
You were Christopher Robin.
I wasn't Christopher Robin. I was a narrator for the Winnie the Pooh one.
No, I can see Christopher Robin.
Hey, I'm Christopher Robin. No, I'm not like that. Anyway, Dom and I are not in any musicals.
I've never been in
anytime
a
soon.
play.
Never been in a play. But Dom, what is your favorite musical? You've been to a couple.
I would say between Aladdin and Lion King, which I've both seen live on stage.
At the Kennedy Center, right?
Yeah.
All right.
I can't rank between those two, so I'm going to have to say I have 2 for my favorite.
All right. For me,
Because since those are my only 2 I've ever seen, I would just say those are my
For me,
favorite.
I've seen a few, mostly like high school plays, obviously high school musicals. The Sound of Music live is incredible. I saw a musical years ago when I was a little kid called Wheels, and my parents took me to it, and I have no idea anything about it, but I loved it. I thought the music was incredible.
Was it?
Why are you
It wasn't like
laughing?
the Ice Capades. What?
It wasn't Ice Capades.
Wheels.
Wheels. I don't know. Look it up. I don't know. It's a play.
Violence.
Saw it at the Kennedy Center, I think, and my parents probably tell me no, but it might have been a high school play for all I know. But I remember that Wheels and such. So,
Wheels.
but what I love about
What is it? A musical about how the wheel was made?
no, dude, I don't know what it was. I'm gonna look it up. I bet you maybe it's just a figment of my
It
imagination.
goes around.
It goes around. So, we've brought everybody in because one of the things that we love about our family is the music and the talent that they all are able to show, especially this part of our family. And so, here is our question. Okay, here is our question. I'm going to throw you guys a little bit of a curveball. Okay? We'd like you to name one musical that you would like to perform in, if given the opportunity, and then also, what's your favorite?
Oh, so it's just 2 now.
Just 2.
What if it's the same?
What if it's the same? Then you answer both. This is a Maze Runner, isn't it?
No.
Okay. No more Maze Runner. Who would like to go first?
Stop with the Maze Runner
I'm ready.
jokes.
Okay.
All right, we'll start with Uncle Rick.
Yeah. So I would say that my favorite, like a musical that I could watch over and over and over again, and also because of it, from a theater history standpoint, how it just changed everything on Broadway, it would be The Phantom. I could watch that over and over again. And again, we talked earlier about movie, we didn't want to do movie versions of a musical. We had to see it live, blah, blah, blah. And that's one I could see live or in the movie and love it every time. And just the way they did the sets and they did the, kind of used the tech piece of it. And then the music's incredible. As far as what I would want a show I would want to be in, I've always wanted to be Harold Hill in The Music Man. Just because it's such a neat soundtrack. It's kind of like a 1960s version of rapping, and so that would be my 2.
All right.
Yeah.
Aunt Jane?
Okay, well, Phantom of the Opera I agree with that.
Yeah.
I was like thinking, I don't know how I can pick. But since he said Phantom, I will say Wicked.
That'd be my other one too.
That was just an interesting story and fantastic music and the sets, and it was just like, I think I had seen Phantom before and that was like awe-inspiring, but when I went to go see Wicked, I was just like, oh my gosh, this is next level. And so that would be my pick. As far as when I would want to be in, I don't know. I used to do a lot of theater growing up and don't really have that desire anymore. I don't know, but so I'll say, can I say my favorite one that I was in?
Absolutely.
Was Once Upon a Mattress. And what was so fun about that is I was cast as the domineering, overbearing,
That's what we do.
queen who was yelling at everybody all the time, and it was just such a fun part to play and completely out of character for me, which is why it was so fun. And I was in high school at the time, and so it was fun that it was kind of like a shocker for people to be like, is that Jenny? Because it was so different for me. But so I feel like I kind of peaked in my role I would like to play. I peaked in high school and then didn't really do anything after that. But
I appreciate that. How did they do the mattresses at your school? Do you remember? Did they add more mattresses, or was it? Did they add they just put you on top of, or put the princess on top of like a riser or something? Do you remember?
I don't really remember. I would have to ask my mom about that because I think she was probably really involved in helping with painting sets.
Okay.
I want to say it was a riser that they had maybe a few mattresses on top of it.
Okay.
But I don't know. But I do remember the sets were really cool. Like we had this castle background, that we could walk back and forth on the castle. And so there was people during the scene where they're preparing the mattresses. There's people walking back and forth with all these mattresses.
Very cool.
It was pretty neat. It made it look like there was so many mattresses, but really it was probably 3.
Right.
That they just kept trading off. So.
And I only asked that because one of my former schools where I was a vice principal, they did Once Upon a Mattress, and I thought it was so well done. And they didn't keep adding mattresses. It was like they were adding I believe wooden pallets almost, and each one was painted, and it was so well. I thought it was so creative, and that's another part that hopefully this whole production of Dom and the Coach. One of the ideas and avenues that we've talked to Dom about is maybe being crew to theatrical productions and such. Also with the visual, the lighting, and such. And so just the whole process is opportunities and experiences. So
Yeah.
all right.
I think Once Upon a Mattress is special too because he was in it when he was in middle school, so we kind of had that in common. But then Ashley and her sister were also in it. Not this one. She was in other ones, but yeah. So it's a lot of us in the family kind of have this little shared affinity for that.
That's right.
Musical.
Emily, you're up.
Okay, so for my favorite it's also the Phantom of the Opera. Well, I think the reason we like it so much is because I don't know, they showed it to us when we were young,
Yeah,
and
it's
it's
like
just
a family thing.
right. And also seeing it live was incredible.
In London.
In
I'm
London.
pretty sure that was Emily and I's first
Yeah.
Broadway quality show.
Right.
Yeah.
So that was, but I guess since Mom chose a different one, I also really like Mean Girls, which is I never got to see it live because it was only been on Broadway, and I was I didn't like it when it was on Broadway. So, but I love the movie. The original movie. I've seen the
Timeout. No movie musicals.
Penalty on the play.
Flag.
Okay, but you
No, I'm saying right. No, I'm saying.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
I've seen the original movie, which isn't a musical.
Right. Okay.
And then I've seen the people videoing it on Broadway and putting it on YouTube.
Okay.
That never happens.
Slime tutorial.
I watched that, and that was incredible. And then I did see the other movie where they just did it as a musical. I didn't like that as much at all. But
I love that. And I love, like, me and Ashley, when we were younger, like, we would have, like, not when we were younger, like, when you were in middle school, would have, like, CD players. And that was one of the CDs that I was always playing, was the Mean Girls soundtrack that I stole from her. And so I just kept on listening. And I just love that musical. But for the one that I would want to be in is Mamma Mia.
Oh,
Because-
wow, yeah.
So I saw it a couple weeks ago in Hershey with my friend, and it was really cool. And it's like, just like the whole vibe of Mamma Mia is incredible, and I love ABBA, so that helps. And I'm blonde, so that also helps. But I don't know. I think that show is just really, really cool. So, and I like the story a lot. So
Very good. Thank you.
I thought you were going to say the Magical Emily Adventure.
Um,
But I guess that wasn't.
Can we put a clip of that on the podcast?
We put the
E in magic.
we put the E in magic.
They used to be really creative with the videotape.
Yeah. Used to be, still are. And just so everyone knows, when I said CD in one of the previous previous episodes, Dom yelled out, compact disc!
No, you said something else and I said CD.
We'll go back anyway. But thank you for not yelling across at us. So. Ashley, you're up.
Alrighty. Mine is the same answer for both, or from the same show. My favorite show is currently Ride the Cyclone, which it never made it to Broadway, but it's a show about these. Okay, it kind of sounds sad, but it is comedy. It's about these 6 kids that were in a show choir, and they were riding a roller coaster at the same time, and the roller coaster broke, and they all died. That's the beginning of the show. And then this guy was like...
It's like Up.
Yeah.
You're watching this cool thing, and then all of a sudden, the wife dies, and you're like, what, did I pay for this?
Well, so then this guy is like, hey, I have the power to bring one of you guys back, but you all have to decide unanimously who it is I bring back. And so then the rest of the show is all of these kids stating their case as to why they deserve to be the one that's brought back to life. And it's just a really well done musical. Like, each of the kids have a different genre of music that they sing their songs in, and it's like, it's just very good. It's it blends the being kind of a dark comedy to being like a serious show very well. It's a really good show, and I really recommend it. It is
What is the name of it again?
a Ride the Cyclone.
I
Why?
really thought you were gonna say Hamilton.
No, I like Hamilton, but that's not the answer.
That's every cabin trip, always singing Hamilton. I will say, it was not my favorite.
Okay, thank you, helping.
Continue. I had to throw it up there.
It is kind of a more mature show, in case people want to listen to it and are not like
Mature.
Mature, I guess. But the role I would want to play is this character Jane Doe. She ended up getting beheaded in the roller coaster accident, and so
Oh.
in this limbo area she doesn't know who she is, and nobody knows who she is. Like, and the guy was like, no parents showed up to like claim her. Nobody showed up for her. And so then this whole time she's kind of presented as like a joke, because it's like, oh, she's this freaky girl that nobody knows who she is. And when it comes her time to sing her song, she has this like beautiful soprano one ballad, and she just kind of talks about like, it's not fair, I don't know who I am, I want to know who I am. And yeah, she's a really good character. I would love to play her. And in the original production, they did this whole thing where she was like flipping upside down and stuff during the show, and like singing the notes that she sings upside down is insane. Is so impressive. Anyways, that's my answer.
All right. Well, I appreciate you all coming, and we did have a Maze Runner kind of effect here with the Phantom of the Opera. Again, we appreciate you guys so much, and your support and love of Dom and the coach and our family as well. And the future is bright for you all, and we can see it, and we're loving watching you guys grow as a family and such. And so we thank you guys again for joining us. And we just, we're going to keep you guys here for a second. Dom and I would just like to thank everybody again for supporting us. And Expense Apparel, if you know, you know. Mention Dom and the coach and get
$5 off.
$5 off your Expense Apparel purchase. And just again, like, comment, subscribe, listen to us on Spotify. And again, May 10th. It's gonna be a good day. All right, we love you guys. Thank you.